90 idioms containing hand. Part 1. All hands on deck. Also, all hands to the pump. Saying, humorous. Everyone helps or must help, especially in a difficult situation. There are 30 people coming to dinner tonight, so it's all hands on deck. Close, near, at hand. Close to you in time or distance. Help was at hand. The property is ideally located with all local amenities close at hand. At the hands of somebody. At somebody's hands. Formal. If you experience something at the hands of somebody, they are the cause of it. They suffered years of repression at the hands of the old regime. Be good with your hands. To be skillful at making or doing things with your hands. Bind, tie somebody's hand and foot. 1. To tie somebody's hands and feet together so that they cannot move or escape. 2. To prevent somebody from doing what they want by creating rules, restrictions, etc. A bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. Saying, it is better to keep something that you already have than to risk losing it by trying to get much more. Bite the hand that feeds you. To harm somebody who has helped you or supported you. By hand. 1. By a person rather than the machine. The fabric was painted by hand. 2. If a letter is delivered by hand, it is delivered by the person who wrote it, or somebody who is sent by them, rather than by post, mail. Cash in hand. British English. Informal. If you pay for goods and services cash in hand, you pay in cash, especially so that the person being paid can avoid paying tax on the amount. A cash-in-hand payment of £20. Serrated entries describing jobs. Change hands. To pass to a different owner. The house has changed hands several times. Close at hand. Near. In a place where something could be reached easily. There are good cafes and a restaurant close at hand. The dead hand of something. An influence that controls or restricts something. We need to free business from the dead hand of bureaucracy. The devil makes work for idle hands. Saying, people who do not have enough to do often start to do wrong. She blamed the crimes on the local jobless teenagers. The devil makes work for idle hands, she would say. Eat out of your somebody's hand. To trust somebody and willing to do what they say. She'll have them eating out of her hand in no time. Fall into somebody's hands, the hands of somebody. Former. To become controlled by somebody. The town fell into enemy hands. We don't want this document falling into the wrong hands. After the war, the hotel fell into the hands of an American consortium. A firm hand, strong control, or discipline. Those children need a firm hand to make them behave. At first hand, by experiencing, seeing, etc. something yourself, rather than being told about it by somebody else. The president visited the area to see the devastation at first hand. Fold your hands. To bring or hold your hands together. She kept her hands folded in her lap. Force somebody's hand. To make somebody do something that they did not want to do, or make them do it sooner than they had intended. They decided to strike to force the management's hand. Gain, get, have, etc. the upper hand. To get an advantage over somebody so that you are in control of a particular situation. Get your hands dirty. To do physical work. He's not frightened of getting his hands dirty. Get, have, etc. a free hand. To get, have, etc. the opportunity to do what you want to do and to make your own decisions. I was given a free hand in designing the syllabus. Give somebody, get a big hand. To show your approval of somebody by clapping your hands. To be applauded in this way. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big hand to our special guest tonight. Give, lend a helping hand. To help somebody. Go cap in hand to somebody. Also, US English. Go hat in hand. To ask somebody for something, especially money, in a very polite way that makes you seem less important. There's no way he'll go cap in hand to his brother. Go hat in hand to somebody. North American English, especially British English. Go cap in hand to somebody. To ask somebody for something, especially money, in a very polite way that makes you seem less important. Somebody's hand in marriage. Old-fashioned. Permission to marry somebody, especially a woman. He asked the general for his daughter's hand in marriage. Hand in glove with somebody. Working closely with somebody, especially in a secret and or illegal way. Hand in hand. 1. If two people are hand in hand, they are holding each other's hand. They walked through the park hand in hand. 2. If two things go hand in hand, they are closely connected, and one thing causes the other. Poverty and poor health often go hand in hand. Hands down. Informal. Easily and without any doubt. They won hands down. It is hands down the best movie this year. See also, hands down. Get, take your hands off something, somebody. Informal. Used to tell somebody not to touch something, somebody. Get your hands off my wife. Hey, hands off. That's my drink. Hands up. Informal. 1. Used to tell a group of people to raise one hand in the air if they know the answer to a question, etc. Hands up all those who want to go swimming. 2. Used by somebody who is threatening people with a gun to tell them to raise both hands in the air. Have somebody's blood on your hands. To be responsible for somebody's death. A director with the blood of thousands on his hands. Have your hands full. To be very busy or too busy to do something else. She certainly has her hands full with 4 kids in the house. Have your hands tied. To be unable to do what you want to do because of words, promises, etc. I really wish I could help, but my hands are tied. Have somebody in the palm of your hand. To have complete control or influence over somebody. Even before he plays a note, he has the audience in the palm of his hand. Have time on your hands. Have time to care. Informal. To have nothing to do or not too busy. Have, hold, etc. The whip hand over somebody, something. To be in a position where you have power or control over somebody, something. She had the whip hand and it was useless to resist. Heavy hand, a way of doing something or of treating people that is much stronger and less sensitive than it needs to be. The heavy hand of management. Hold somebody's hand. To give somebody support in a difficult situation. Do you want me to come along and hold your hand? Hold. Put your hands up to something. To admit that you have made a mistake or are responsible for something bad. I have to hold my hands up and admit that some of the problems have been all my own fault. The solicitor confirmed that his clients were holding their hands up to the offenses. In somebody's capable, safe, etc. hands, being taken care of or dealt with by somebody that you think you can rely on. Can I leave these queries in your capable hands? In hand. 1. If you have time or money in hand, it is left and available to be used. We managed to redecorate the house and still have some savings in hand. She completed the first part of the exam with over an hour in hand. 2. If you have a particular situation in hand, you are in control of it. Don't worry about the travel arrangements. Everything is in hand. 3. The job, question, etc. in hand is the one that you are dealing with. Please confine your comments to the topic in hand. 4. If somebody works a week, month, etc. in hand, they are paid for the work a week, etc. after they have completed it. In the hands of somebody, in somebody's hands, being taken care of or controlled by somebody. The matter is now in the hands of my lawyer. At that time, the castle was in enemy hands. In safe hands, in the safe hands of somebody. Being taken care of well by somebody. I've left the kids in safe hands with my parents. Their problem was in the safe hands of the experts.